The puppy used to feel bad and thought that it was of no use. Suddenly one day, it started raining heavily. The squirrel was high in spirits. He started doing things, but suddenly he lost his balance and fell into the rainwater. He called his friend, the puppy, for help, and the puppy came to his rescue. The squirrel climbed on his back and reached a safe place, and he then thanked his friend for saving his life. Good morning to our listeners and viewers. Good morning to the 15th political subdivision. Good morning to our followers in the diaspora. This is how we like to welcome you to another beautiful edition of today's paper. My name is Liberia-VOL, and I'm here with Mrs. Grace Williams Joshua. Together we always present this paper. This is a program that comes your way every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday from 10:30, and it runs up to 12 noon. In this program, we digest all of the information making news in the print media. And for today, we feature 4 local dailies. And from my end, I have the Front Page Africa and the Daily Observer newspaper. Grace, can you please tell us what you get there?
I have the Inquirer newspaper and I have the Analyst newspaper.
Okay. And so, good morning, Liberia. We'd like to welcome you to this broadcast. And if you are following us live on Facebook, I urge you to share this video. Invite a friend to participate. Invite a friend to watch. And get all of the catching stories within our local dailies. And so there are so many catching stories here. The stories, they are too many. And certainly we are going to dive into all of the stories here. We're going to give you a gist of one. But the headlines will be read out to you as usual. So Grace, it's the beginning of this week. How do you feel? It's July 10th, 2023.
Well, I'm so happy to be here today. There is nothing good if we are not healthy, but I'm grateful that I'm healthy, I'm alive, and I'm here to interact with the public once more. So that alone is a blessing, and I'm happy to be alive.
Okay.
And I'm also happy to celebrate your birthday today.
Thank you. You know, it was a nice one this morning on the program. I felt loved, and it was really a good one. It's good to be alive and see your birthday.
Yeah.
And once again, I would like to say happy birthday to me on my own program.
Enjoy your special day, yeah?
Okay, so getting into it on my end, the first paper I'm going to take for today is the Front Page Africa newspaper. And for the top stories on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper, it talks about politics, government news, and business. So the first headline for the top stories here says, Boaka presents Kun to Nimba. I read again, Boaka presents Kun to Nimba. And here you see a photo of Ambassador Boaka along with Jeremiah Kun, and he's lifting Jeremiah Kun's hands up with a microphone at his mouth, and he has on a purple shirt while Jeremiah Kun is wearing an army green shirt. The next headline here for the top stories on the front page of the Front Page Africa reads, Liberia to host 19 countries for international conference. And yeah, it's not too clear, but I'm pretty sure that this is Emma Glasgow, and that's she's from the NAFA, the National Fishery Authority. That's Emma Glasgow. She's really doing well in the fishery sector. And she's here, and it says Liberia to host 19 countries for international conference. The last top story is on the front page of the front page. Africa reads, empowering small businesses. And that's the Manjua Foundation. Liberia launches grant program to empower entrepreneurs for economic growth. And here you are seeing the market women. They are in their phone numbers. And that says volume 17, number 129 of today's edition, July 10, 2023. This paper is sold for 40 Liberian dollars. If you're in the streets making your way to work or wherever you are going, buy the paper and be on top of information. So the first headline for the front page Africa newspaper, it says endless pre-trial detentions are devastating lives. And I take it again. It says endless pre-trial detentions are devastating lives as funding for prisons drop 85% under Weah government. Then here you are seeing a photo of the prison in Liberia. That's the South Beach. You can see the whole building here. But then the big story here on the front page of the front page Africa newspaper reads, Nimba's godfather predicts. What is he predicting? And when we are talking about Nimba's godfather, as we all know, we are talking about Senator Prince Ward Johnson. And it says Nimba's godfather predicts. And he predicts the future Liberian president will come from Fort Rich County through Unity Party's Bwaka. And here you are seeing a huge crowd, wherein you see a photo of Ambassador Bwaka with his cap on his head plus his black shades. And he's also wearing the Unity Party barrier. And he has a paper in his hand with pen, but actually speaking, this photo looks like the former vice president is sleeping on it, but it shows that he's writing. And here you are seeing Jeremiah Kun. He's very serious in his flowery blue, green, and white shirt. And on my far right, you see a photo of P.Y. Johnson. He looks serious with his vest on him. And behind them, you see some Liberians sitting and watching as if to say they are in a political forum. So let's take a look at the back page of the front page African newspaper that talks about sports. And as usual, it talks about sports, and I'm seeing some writing here, but it's not too clear. So we will take a look at this story and bring you a gist of it. Okay, so it says Nimba's godfather predicts future Liberian president will come from Fort Rich County through Unity Party's Bwaka. That's one of the big stories in town. As we all know, if we have been following this morning, over the weekend, Ambassador Bwaka and Jeremiah Kun, they were in Nimba County, and they visited a lot of churches there. And some of these churches they visited includes the Senator Church, that is the Fifth Chapel. That's his church in Nimba County. He has another branch on the Lover Street and around to Borough End. But let's take a gist of this story and see what it has for us. It says, Ganta, Nimba County. Senator Prince Johnson told citizens of Nimba County on Saturday that the county will produce Liberia's next president through Senator Jeremiah Kun, vast standard bearer to former Vice President Joseph Boakai, standard bearer of the Unity Party. This is the pathway of the presidency, the former warlord turned politician said, alluding to Kun's selection as Boakai's running mate. Senator Johnson's statement also comes amid concern over 78 years old Boakai's health, who helped with many believing that he is too frail to withstand the ire of the presidency. So this is where his statement is coming from. He said that many believe that the president that's going into the election this year for the Unity Party, or that's Ambassador Parker, is too old. So Nimba County is going to produce another president, and that's the person of Jeremiah Kun. Okay, coming down, it has triggered sharp reactions in some cycles. Several people interviewed during the Boakai Kun political rally said it's too early to predict Kun's presidential ambition, especially when people are worried about Kun's close relationship with Senator Johnson. Let me just get this paragraph and we call it a day for this paper. Prince Dan, a resident of Gompa City, a member of the Unity Party, said Johnson's statement could spark a silent war among UP partisans who may be aspiring for presidency. Johnson's statement, Dan said, could hurt the party's chances. So that was what PYJ said over the weekend, that he predicted the future that Liberian president will come from vote-rich county throughout Unity Party's Boakai. And he's talking about Jeremiah Kun. To see Nimba County produce a president in the future, but through the office of our party. Prince Johnson, Senator Nimba County, speaks. So if you want to get the full story, you can buy the Front Page Africa newspaper for $40 Liberian. Or better still, you log on to www.frontpageafricaonline.com and read interesting stories within the Front Page Africa newspaper. With that being said, I turn over to Grace Williams Joshua for our next paper for the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Samira. Thank you for those of you following us on Facebook and those listening. It's a pleasure to be here today on the program, today's paper. So I have the Inquirer newspaper here. First, on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper, written boldly in red, I have who's handling garbage funds? Who's handling garbage funds as Liberians eat diet in real light? I see here the piles and tons of debt on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper. You can see for yourself. This is the red light market. You can see what is there. So we'll read part of this story before we go. As a result, the Painesville City Corporation (PCC) and Liberia Marketing Association (LMA) are now under scrutiny as they face accusations of misappropriating funds allocated for waste management in the area. The once vibrant marketplace known for its bustling activities and now suffer from an overwhelming garbage problem, with the PCC and LMA ignoring the cries and complaints from marketers. This is a very serious one. You can see the photo of tons of debt here on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper. They say West Africa Elder Forum embarks on election. mediation mission to Liberia. Get yourself a copy of this paper to dive through the story. Jetty One businesses collaborate to identify with image, distribute hot meal to over 1,302 at South Beach prison zoos. This is the photos of Jetty bus here filling and distributing hot meal to inmates of the Liberia Central Prison here, what we normally call South Beach. Corruption shakes intellectual center. Wow. So all of you seated at the intellectual centers across Monrovia and the country as a whole, you question politicians of being corrupt. But yeah, this is the story that says that corruption shakes intellectual center. I don't want to call a name. You get yourself a copy of this paper to know which intellectual center is actually under this criticism, because I'm told that they suspended their leadership and they just enacted a new interim leadership. Get yourself a copy of the Inquirer newspaper and goes into the story. Fire wipes away family in Ganta. Wow, this is a sad one. I see body here burned to ashes. So get yourself a copy of this paper to actually know who was involved in this accident and identify with the baby family. This is a very sad one. Strange disease or letany strike leaves over 36 cow dead in Lufa as looters butcher their cows overnight. This is very, very sad. You know what killed the cow actually. You know what the cause of death. Disease. You know the cause of death, okay? You just collect the cow butcher and start eating. You know if it was...
You don't know what kind of sickness
you
will get from it.
There's a concerns are being raised in Foya District, Lofa County, following the overnight butchering of 36 cow that was found there last Thursday, July 6. The cow was kept on a large field alongside 19 others before some heavy rainfall and lightning struck on Wednesday night. But a local scientist in the county is predicting a strange disease. Get yourself a copy of this paper. This actually happened on Thursday last week. This is from Lofa County, where looters have already butchered half of their cows. So before the scientists then from Monrovia get there or from other countries get there, they will be known for you to test and to actually establish the cause of death. So we have, this is a photo here as thing I'm seeing from the elders community. It's a wishing West Africa Elders Forum fruitful delegation. Deliberation, sorry. The delegation should actually come up with good fruit for our discussion that will be here in Liberia. So ahead of our election, this is what we have. So we have the analyst. I should bring you the analyst, or we should come
You
back?
can take the story from that one and then you come back to me and keep it
I already
back to
did one story from the diet involving LMA, and I also did another story here at the back about strange disease from Foya Lofa County.
Okay,
So I don't know if you want me to take another one.
Yes, we can take the analyst newspaper now.
Or we should take the analyst.
Yes.
I'm not getting you. I think your mark is closed.
So yeah, we can take the analyst newspaper.
Okay, so high-tech learning complex under construction. This, get yourself a photo you see of construction site here where this high-tech institution will be built. Get yourself a copy to know who's building it and what it will be intended for. I don't want to read the people paper, then tomorrow you pass by, you won't buy it. Okay? Just get yourself a copy of this and you actually know what the person is trying to say. So the next one, opposition, unity, my foot, Perete blast. So I think we'll take part of this story.
Yeah, sure.
Musa Perete, let's see. Opposition, unity, my foot, Perete blast. So I will not actually be reading from the starting, but I will shift into the story in the middle and give you this. The national chairman of the collaborating political party, CPP, Musa Hassan Berete, has ruled out any rooms where the CPP and the former ruling United Party will ever work together in the course of the 2023 elections and beyond, insisting that the United Party does not represent what CPP described to, and as such, it would be counterproductive to build a consensus of national unity and reconciliation, as well as craft policies to help Liberia out of the social economic difficulties we have in this country. So better talking about not working with United Party. He said if you ever work with them, he'll
foot.
So in Liberian terms, you call that an abomination.
Of course,
okay?
Of course.
Better is saying that he will never work with CPP to even say in the second round he's supporting CPP that laugh. In that part of his plan will never be the CPP plan because they will not drag policies in the Liberian people interest because United Party does not represent what the CPP stand for. Get yourself a copy of the Analyst newspaper and dive into it to be able to know what Berete is talking about and come from which perspective he's actually saying it. Don't put Liberia in one-off election. Magio says one-off budget can support development. I read that again. Don't put Liberia in a one-off election. Magio says one-off budget can support development. Mangibi County Senatorial hopeful Nathaniel Falumagio over the weekend took Kakata City by a trail with as thousands of young through the cities on Saturday, July 8, 2023 to welcome the man who is expected to take them to greener pasture on October 10, 2023 amidst wild fanfare by the country top performing artists. Okay, we have a lot of people there. We have Takun J and the people just talking about those that grace the occasion there. But Magio is saying that we ourselves, we should not go for a rerun if we want to save Liberia from debt. Because the money we will use to conduct a rerun or a second round,
it can be used for development in the country. The country doesn't have money right now.
Okay, see another one here. Let's see this. Arsenal Meta 1.7 billion investment boost Liberia development. Wow, this is a big one. Arsenal Meta 1.7 billion investment boost Liberia's development. Get yourself a couple of these people. I see thousands of young people here on the back page. Get yourself to know what's happening. West Africa Elder Forum delegation arrived in Monrovia tomorrow on election peace mission. Wow. Get yourself a copy of the Analyst newspaper to know what is happening in there. So when we come back, if we dive into follow my girl story, we'll tell you how much will be spent on the election in the first round and how much will be spent if we are to go to second round.
Okay, so
before I go, Samira, I want to read one headline that really get my attention this morning.
There's no problem.
It says, who handling garbage phones as Liberia eats diets in real life? I like this one. So real life bill is very, very dirty.
Definitely we are going to talk about that. Okay, we will talk about it. And so that was the voice of Grace Williams Joshua with her papers. From my end, I have the Daily Observer newspaper. And this paper says, volume 23, number 126 of today's edition, July 10, 2023. And this paper is sold for 40 Liberian dollars. So looking at the first headlines on the Daily Observer newspaper, it says, stand behind your son Kun. Command Bwaka Orchis Nimba voters. And like I said, over the weekend, we had Kun, we had Joseph Bwaka in Nimba County, and they visited a lot of churches there. And some of these churches includes the PYJ Church, that's the Faith Chapel. And this headline says, stand behind your son Kun, Bwaka Orchis Nimba voters. And here you can see a photo of Ambassador Bwaka in a green shirt with his green and white Unity Party face cap. And also he has his hand waving up. You are seeing a large crowd here. So for those of you watching our Facebook Live, just take a glance at the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Okay, moving on to the next headline, it reads Ministry of Justice unwilling to provide evidence in Councillor Scott's murder case. That's a question mark. They are asking question. Ministry of Justice unwilling to provide evidence in Councillor Scott's murder case with a question mark. And on this paper, you can see a footage of the Justice Minister in person of Councillor Frank Musa Dean. He's wearing a black and white coat suit and has on very clear glasses. So the next headline here reads Ganta mourns as fire disaster claims 4 lives. That's one of the big topics in town. It happened in Ganta over the weekend. And certainly we are going to take a look at that story. But the last story for the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper reads how this farm is reshaping Liberia's poultry industry. And there you can see photos of chickens. But let's take a look at the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper, which the first headline reads Jetty resumes feeding inmates at Monrovia Central Prison. I think this story was part of some of the stories that Grace read in the previous paper. Here you can see a photo of Jetty with a very big tub in front of him pulling rice into it. And so the last headline for the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper reads Liberia records 10th largest increase in forest loss worldwide. And so that does it for the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper, as we get a gist of this story that says Ganta mourns as fire disaster claims 4 lives. And it reads a devastating fire incident in Ganta has claimed the lives of 4 individuals, including a 10-month-old baby and an elderly woman. The fire broke out in the early morning hours of July 7, and despite the efforts of neighbors and Liberia National Police to quench it, the victims were burned beyond recognition as they remained trapped in the 3-bedroom house, our witnesses claimed. The deceased has been identified as Sam Kemu, his wife Ruth Kofa. Okay, so this story is continuing on page 10. Let's get the jet that's taking us to page 10. Okay, certainly we have arrived, and it reads Kemu, their 10-month-old daughter Samantha Kemu and the mother of Ruth. Kemu had recently returned from the United States and had planned to spend time with his family before meeting his untimely demise. Tragically, Kemu had just returned to Liberia from the United States 2 days prior to the incident, intending to spend time with his family. Instead, he met his untimely death. The cause of the fire remains unknown. So we are going to hold it right there. This paper says the cause of the fire remains unknown, or 4 persons died in that incident in Ganta City. And it says that the man just arrived for America 2 days before his death to meet his family, and they got burned that you cannot recognize them. With that being said, we are going to take a short break and be back quickly to dive into our discussion for today. Afterwards, we are going to open the phone lines so that you can put through your calls. Okay, so welcome back, Grace, welcome back, everybody. As I said, this is Voice of Liberia 104.1, and you are currently listening to the program Today's Paper that comes your way every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. I'm Semiria Wola, and I also have here with me Grace Williams Joshua. This program starts at 10:30 a.m. and runs up to 12 noon. As usual, we digest all of the information making news in the print media. Today, we are featuring four local dailies, and we have we just got through with the reading of the paper, and we are about to dive into our discussion for today. We will be discussing two things today. Certainly, we are going to discuss two things, and then we open the phone lines. But Grace is over to you. You were talking about the diet within the very light market. I think we can start on that one, and before going to our next discussion.
Before I start on that one, I noticed that we are very soon a story on analyst paper. I don't know that one will be second or if you want to look at it. Musa Berete. You want to talk about his more?
We can talk about him a bit.
Okay. How will Musa Berete say he can never work with the CPP? He coming up with policies to craft policies that will help Liberia when it comes to reconciliation. Musa Berete, there are a lot of things you are accountable for.
So many
And
things.
yet you don't want to be accountable for.
And his name is all in corruption around here.
Corruption, FIFA money, Musa
It's
Berete,
all
you forget.
over. It's all over.
You forget you putting your mouth on CPP. Look at your own closet, how dirty your closet is. Musa Berete, you can't just come out and make statement. This is the time that politicians checkmate themselves. I see he's going to Nima Bam City, Bam Zogia district to be precise. Then he want to contest. Mommy,
With all of the corruption issue your name involved, you still want to serve the Liberian people.
Nobodies are the one of the smart Liberian that you don't even know. Musa Berete, this is the time you checkmate yourself. Checkmate yourself. It's good. You have your own thinking why you don't want to work with CPP. That's your cup of tea. But before you start talking about people like John Blee, Kaka Lawrence, talking about Ambassador Joseph Yuma Baka, who have a clear track when it comes to what he has done over the years.
Very clear.
You don't have any corruption trait. Don't implicate those people in your lifestyle, Musa Berete. Talk about yourself. Talk about the mistakes you have made, the way you have failed the Liberian people, how you stole from the Liberian people. How we want one economic scrum to come in a country that someone you will give account for things you did to Liberian people. So now what I won't say about that.
We will get back to it, but it was the same thing we were talking about this morning. Like you got your own part of soul on your foot, and then you are leaving it to go and talk about another man. We just met it with Musa Berete in the analyst paper again.
Opposition unity man
Foot.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? See what's talking about your foot.
Just see a face. Just see Musa Berete face.
See who's talking about their foot. But anyway, like we have to stop that. If we want to lay our platform to the Liberian people,
come with clean hands, my brother.
yes, if you are talking about your hands gotta be clean. So if you want to lay your platform to the Liberian people, go strictly to it and forget about who's doing this and who's not doing this. But let's take the diet story in Riley is very, very much bad. That place is really bad.
Okay, so to my callers and those that are listening to this program, if you are out there and you're going to call, please, there is two important things I want to bring to your mind before you call on this show. First, President Weah is not responsible for removing trash. Okay? He appointed someone who has also delegated that responsibility to someone. Major Kochi is not responsible for removing trash. Being a major is one thing, and spearheading the debt collection is another thing. This is the problem. The problem here has to do with LMA, like your marketing association. That's all about your small money. You people are one of you people in the Liberia motorcyclists and the car union, the union of Liberia and the LMA. These are the two people that contributed to the country backwardness in a very, very long time, Samira. LMA every day before the market just start selling, I have a shop. Because I can tell you, say, that something where I'm experiencing it myself. Before we start selling, you come and collect money. For sharp, you collect $100 per day. Someone tell why you collect 20 across the board per day. Okay, PCC have their budget. The Moira City Corporation have their own budget they're working with. You can see how the street of Moira is. We saying 100%. But red land market, let's be precise, let's focus on red land market. The money you, the element you collecting, what you doing with it?
And they said that they will be the ones to collect their own tithe.
When for interview that they told me the last time that the PCC requested that the money they're collecting from the marketers, they should bring it and they will help them to dispose their trash. They, help them remove the garbage and take it to a secure destination. Elements say their self will handle their trash.
Exactly.
Their self will remove the debt.
Yes.
Can you imagine? They said they will be able to do it. They will collect that money. They will do it till now. They not get the money to PCC. So that's why you see PCC just put blind eyes on half of the market.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you can't be doing this, collecting money. You know how many years element have got? What their impact on society? What on the market across the country that who building it? The president. So the money element collecting, what you're doing with the money element? What you're doing with the money? Look at the garbage.
Yes.
Look at the road. They just fix in red.
It's very unsafe for them. If you go to red like the tithe, if you see the tithe, it's very huge and it keeps adding it up and adding up. It's even smelly, when you get tithes. One place.
Now what Bioko said, that in red like they eating dice because
exactly
it's true.
Because they sit right there, or let's say it's their own job they go to, right? Or marketers they go to the job. When you go there, it's where you will eat. It's where you eat, it's where you do everything, but you spend the whole day there selling. Just the way we come to Force of Liberia and spend whole day, the same way they spend their whole day there. And certainly we come to Force of Liberia, we do buy food to eat. So the marketeers, they are eating within that diet.
Can you imagine?
And they are waiting for PCC or the president. Nobody saying that PCC is that responsibility to take up the debt, right? But the point there is the Liberia Marketing Association made it clear that they will take that money. They will take that money and their self will be able to clean their garbage. Their garbage. It was what they said.
Samuel, let's talk about this diet and the war in real life. I have some photos from my phone called describe.
No.
The garbage in real life. They actually put their cartoons, customers in real life. How difficult it is for element to regulate. Customers say, if you are selling to these people, this is where you keep maybe the cartoons. They will buy their meat in wherever, keep it here. But they will take the same cartoons. Okay, when they sell their fish, the people, whatever, they will put it on the quota that the people face. That quota, they will put it on the quota. The cartoons will soak in the quota when the rain fall. It keeps going in and spoil the road and the people spend millions of dollars to build. Yeah. Look at the fence the people put around that radio bill if you're walking.
They cannot even sell behind it.
Breaking down.
Because they are not selling behind it. They place that fence there so that sellers can be able to go beyond it to sell.
You know what they did to that fence place? That they put there.
Okay.
They broke that whole fence cutting from where we have that open store going down. That whole place on our side is so garbage.
See how we are destructive in this country? See how we are doing our own lives. At the end of the day, some of these things, good things will come in the country. Some governments will come and they will really, put their money, put the country money, not their money, put the country money behind these things. But at the end of the day, our own destructive selves will be the ones to break it down.
Then we keep talking
say we develop. Putting him off on CPP as if to say he's clean.
So the fact here is, I'm not here to discredit the work. PCC has tried their best. PCC keep trying their best.
Look at from Cinco. Look at Cinco. Look at
it's very glaring that they're doing their best.
They are trying.
But LMA, my brothers, LMA, these people are the problem to Liberia.
And Grace, the problem here is if LMA were you going to go on and say that they should bring the money, they don't want to give the money to PCC, and you have the type that they are giving their money to PCC, and then you have the type there, then it's another way around. Then we can talk about PCC. But now, the Liberia Marketing Association, they are saying that they want their money, they will hold their money, and then they'll be able to clean the type. It was what they said. So now,
even apart from the money, PCC been helping them. PCC has contributed immensely to making sure that even when Kobacho fee will at real life. PCC, even when you go to the right now, PCC there making sure that they don't even sell on the street. The PCC police, they are doing their best. But the marketers have serious problems, Samira. The marketers have serious serious problem. LMA collect money, they get their favorite cheerleaders, their chairmen. They get head for the Liberia Market Association. Every day they beg the president, please say sorry, all of market will say it. Samra, I think I have been
Yes.
on that phone.
Yeah.
If each time they will tell the president, say, Papa, money, all of market people, the Papa will pay it for them. All of government, all of people have tried their best. But each time they collect money, me, I just want to know LMA. Like I went to interview them the last time, they didn't even want to give me audience. Just tell me, LMA, what you do with the money. When you start checkmating these people, you become an enemy. The money you collect on a daily basis, what do you do with it? Let's forget about PCC in this. LMA, what do you do with the money? The union, the transportation union, what you do with the money you collect to locals, what you do with it? These are the people that really contributing to the country backwardness. You expecting the president to leave his office, come and go sit in the market and remove trash for you? That why they put policies in place for all the small things to be regulated. But you said you collect that money, you build your houses, enrich yourself. You are not even accountable to anyone when you try to checkmate you. You put bad more money for me. When will Liberia grow? When will we leave the perspective of negativity to development?
At times, I can say that we are our own problem. I shouldn't lie to you, Grace. We are our own problem. Because we were said we want for things to be done. At the end of the day, when it's done, we will be the one to destroy it. We will be the one to say, we'll be the ones to say negative things about it. Look at Red Light. They are constructing the road. They place that particular or check mark there for sellers to be able to go up here. I don't know. Like wherever you go, once a buyer needs that goods, definitely they will follow you. So I don't see the point of coming, you know. Liberia,
they will leave the market building where they're supposed to urinate, where they're supposed to sit
to ease themselves.
They will
or to ease themselves.
The element, they ain't looking at nothing, they ain't saying nothing. But who they can look for other people on the corruption, other people on the mistakes.
The place looking as if to say they are not even constructing it. See the tight as irrelevant. People eating in it. People are drinking in it, getting sickness because it was safe for you.
When the president try to tell you, okay, this place is not safe for you, leave this place, go Ominga. It becomes serious challenge. And they don't want to leave really.
Wherever you go, buyers will follow you.
Once you tell me you study ocean close upstairs, you see why I say that when we go back close in water south, we know we have to clean those stairs before we get what we need. You will clean that stair to get decent thing. Why I say we want to do quality hair or makeup, you will look for a good salon to go to because you want quality. That's the same way if you know your chicken feet and people is sold for low price, the cover woman will pass where she's supposed to pass and reach to you, buy what she wants. The same way with the potato green. If you go to where you're supposed to be, if I know I want to take potato green from the big market, from the commercial market to my local market, I will locate you. So why is it difficult for element to regulate? That PCC will come regulate for you again, my man.
That's the question.
will do it for you. Or say the major will come tell the people to sell. Then the man should just do your job for you. He should do your job for you. Or people say the corporation will move for them. Can't tell the market also sell this way. Even though they have told you the act that created the market, follow it. Let the people live by the rules if they want to sell government. But you yourself, the people will choose you to be there. But you will serve as the head of corruption instead of serving as their leader. This is a serious issue we have in this country that we all need to look at.
A very serious one. We are our own problems. That's where I have to end. We are our own problem. So we have talked about two things. Presently, we talked about that Musa Belete statement. He's saying CPP my foot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We talked about that a little, and we just got through with the Liberia Marketing Association. Yeah. So we just got through with the Liberia Marketing Association. We are done with it, and we are going to discuss one more for the day, and then we call it a day. Yeah, open the phone lines so that you can be able to phone in and give us your thoughts for the day. So, Grace, I don't know how you see it, but I want us. We talked about this morning on the morning program, but then I want us looking at this perspective this paper is taking it from. The aspect this paper is taking it from about that's the Nimba's godfather predicts. You want to talk about Maggie?
Okay, let's talk about Prince Johnson.
Nima,
I won't be talking about that, Papa.
Nima godfather, no, and from this side.
Okay, what
It's
he's
from- it's
saying,
from another
Jeremiah
side.
Kun will make
They
the
will
UP
be-
win.
No, it's not the UP win. He said that Jeremiah Kun will be the next president of Liberia. So I'm going to give.
But then United Party will win before you become vice president and before you become president.
Yeah, okay. So, no, as for me, I just want to hit the hammer on the head, go straight to what he said. So, very plenty. We just sit and talk. We talk too much. We talk more than we
Even
work.
we are paying to do the talking instead of talking.
Yeah, exactly. They talk more than us. We that they are paying. So this says, let me just read a little so that you can get a little understanding. It says, Nearby County on Saturday that the county will produce Liberia's next president through Senator Jeremiah Kun, vast Liberia for former Vice President Joseph Boakai.
That kind of statement correct. He's saying
Will produce the next president through
so
Senator Jeremiah
Kun. When
Kun.
I will produce Joseph Boakai, or like Joseph Boakai will produce Jeremiah.
No, he said it will be Jeremiah Kun that will produce Joseph Boakai.
Oh wow!
So let me read it again. It's from the front page Africa newspaper. It reads. Senator Prince Johnson told citizens of Niba County on Saturday that the county will produce Liberia's next president. The county, Niba County,
My question to
Liberia will not produce them.
You the deep analyst one. I want to ask you, Samira, that Nima County who can choose president in your country?
Niba County, and people can say Niba County that another city by itself is a whole country by
Okay,
itself.
then no, I've just made a recommendation to Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. My brother, if you're listening to me, please don't campaign in Moserado when campaign opens. Don't go to Lofa. Don't go to Bon. Don't go to Green Basel. Only campaign in Nima County because that where Senator Kun will help you.
Exactly. So if you are watching the live video, I encourage you that you share this live video. Invite a friend to participate. I encourage you that you share the live video and just drop your comments there. Definitely, I will read out all of the comments on the live video. And people just said that the county will produce the next president through Jeremiah
The
Kun.
man is very the man like dividing people.
Through Jeremiah Kun.
Nima is not a country on its own. Liberia is. And Nima is just a country.
So now Jeremiah Kun is producing Joseph Boakai. That's
So
the
after Joseph Boakai move on there, then Jeremiah Kun will come.
yes.
Okay,
And
I understand.
it says, coming down here, the main part that I want for us to discuss, it says Senator Johnson's statement also comes amid concerns over 78-year-old Boakai's health, with many believing that he is too frail to withstand the rigor of the presidency.
Small hand presidency.
So it says it has triggered sharp reaction in some cycles. Several people interviewed during the Boakai Kun political rally said it's too early to predict Kun's presidential ambition, especially when people are worried about Kun's close relationship to Senator Johnson. So people are really worried about this close relationship, as we were saying on the show this morning. And now PYJ continue to speak his mind, to say what he want to say.
That Babella joke, I always tell you.
He's a big, you know how you say he's a joker.
No, for me, that joke got to other court. When people left for too much, like that clown, you know, the fun with me is you can just come up and make rhetorics, calling yourself a political figure or the face of Nimba. Nimba is not a country on its own. Neither Jeremiah Kun. Liberia needs one another to stay alive and healthy. This is a big issue we're talking about the country presidency. We're talking about Nima County senatorial seat. We're talking about vast standard bearer, somebody that will represent the country out there. Then you're telling us that Nima County will produce a president through Jeremiah. What did Jeremiah Kun get to do with that?
We are not even talking about warlord turning to politician. It's not what we are discussing here.
If we go into that one, it will be very, very deep.
So I'm not going into that either. I'm just saying. So we are going to take a short break, Chris. And once we are back, we are definitely going to open the phone lines. I think you have been listening. We'll open the phone lines so that you can phone in. Okay, so welcome back to today's paper on Force of Liberia 104.1 with your host Samiria Wonla and Grace Williams Joshua. This program comes your way every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday at 10:30 and it runs up to 12 noon. Or this is where we discuss the phone lines.
Yes, we already got our call.
So we're gonna take that call.
Okay.
Yes, people have been following, so we are going to take that call.
Good morning, your name and why? Good afternoon. Oh,
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
sorry. Good morning.
Thank you for having me on the line. My name is Emmanuel Corey, alias Abbott Cornelius Bagley Pikin.
I know, How about?
Abbott Cornelius Bagley Pikin.
How you doing?
Okay, and I joined the conversation for the concern you officer of Station Montecting.
Go ahead.
Let me appreciate you for that talking, but my attention has been on the issue. I have two issues, the debt issue and Mozambique issue.
Go ahead, brother.
Let me go to the debt issue, but it's not doing well for the people of Maryland. They collect the money we're doing it on the table, and they share more than that, and really, continue to be dirty every day. The people still selling in the debt. You can't collect money from people, and you refuse to clean the place.
I'm telling you.
They die about to make mountain. Every day, they start to crack it when you not pay that money, they'll seize the market.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, they'll seize the market. You guys say a 200 rate or a chicken fee. We not see what they do with the money. LMS is very corrupt.
Okay, so quickly today.
Musa Beneke.
Thank you. Musa Beneke, that man have been found for not watching any property. Freedom Boy Kings and you watching.
Say he open my own people.
Yeah, Freedom Boy King when they catch in there, you'll be sentenced. Musa Beneke is corrupt. It's so having money around.
Okay.
Like making rich.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. You are live.
Thank you very much. I'm Moses and I'm calling you from Plonka.
Okay.
Yeah, just as you said this morning, those two institutions, the Liberia Marketing Association and the Federation of Transport Union, those two institutions, they are very, very, very corrupt. Yes. For the name of time they have existed, they can show nothing.
Nothing, my brother.
They have gone as an institution to improve the livelihood of their members. They don't have no office, they don't have no parking lot anywhere in Liberia. They will wait until somebody go establish a business area, then they go there, they go put their parking area there. When it comes to the marketing association, they collect millions of dollars.
I'm telling you, my brother.
But nobody knows what they do with the money. And sometimes I don't bring no criminals. They are all criminals. They are criminals.
Can't dissolve the both of them. Cancel the both institutions.
They don't use money to build market building. They didn't improve the marketing association. So I think maybe a president need to come in. You have a president who one day will
get rid of the both people. Just take them from there.
To take care of them. And when it comes to the Mozambique issue, Mozambique is just confused. Because for him to say, you will not need opposition. What if we have a runner and he want to say that he will not get that support or nobody?
Now, when CPP he will support. When no CPP he will not support nobody.
That is wrong. I think he needs to think better than what he's thinking. Because he is somebody who is.
Okay. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm Joe Mobile calling from Newtown.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to talk about the association and the drivers union.
Okay, go ahead.
Those people there, but right, the driver unions will be ordering parts for cars now. Even ordering our own car to give it to drivers for work and pay. The same way with marketing association, they put all goods and bring it for the market test. But what they do, they just collect this money and divide their money and sell the pay and sell with it. That's all. They're not doing no development.
And they can stay the minute that they don't want the best people in the market, you know.
The debt, yesterday I passed to red light. The debt is too much to red light. Too much.
Me and that way PCC punishing.
It shows the failure of this government. It should be understood. Somebody now is not going to protest. You can fire them and replace them with somebody who can do the job.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, we are getting you. Thank you.
You see, when it comes to Musa Belete issue, I listened to him last night on his own radio station. I mean, Musa Belete is stealing phone out of Liberian people. And the government is not serious to collect the money or to carry the court for the money he owes.
Because there is no war in economic scrum court. So how will he be brought to justice? If we have war in economic scrum court, they will hold him right there and he will pay for the money. And I will push him for it.
That's why he bring phone out of us. He said he's going to bring out modify next week cars that will cover the whole area. Where are you getting the money from? You bring imagine?
And the money why he stole from Liberian people now?
Yes.
Okay.
And I see people say they want power. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The people say we elect Musa Belete for representative in Ban City.
You know, the people just visit that for people to come play.
After
after your day, you want the corruption in there, right? They come by yourself in government again. People just
why you making it fun for those people? I told you that so most of them are clown. They can't dance, Papa jump. They pass around. They say they won't be represented.
Yeah.
You're not even accountable to the Liberian people. You think a bunch of criminals we want elect who will make good policies? You talking about policies and drafting bills? Musa Belete pay our money. Pay our money that you stole from FIFA. Just start paying the debt.
Like the other callers say, free temple. She cannot go watch it. Okay, so that's the topic under discussion this morning.
We're talking about the garbage. Really dirty, my man. If you listen to me, you not understand the standard English we're speaking. Really is dirty, very dirty. Somebody, the headlines here, actually from Inquirer, was written by Bill W. Cooper himself. Who's handling garbage funds as Liberians eat dirt in real life? That's it.
And they are eating dirt. And what's the next topic?
Who holding them? It's not about PCC carrying greater, putting it there, collecting the trash. It's about how we dispose our trash. Liberian, this is a very simple thing, LMA. You have to have like 4 to 5 different cans. Where you will dispose the glasses, where you will dispose pampers, where you will put plastic, where you will put cartoons.
For everything just there.
You just mix everything.
You even pee in it and you use yourself in it. Do everything. Then we say in the country, not serious.
Just get in it, then you want
to go anywhere.
Like we ourselves with dirty bar. To be frank, how you feel sitting in our diet and you can't question the
the marketing association
to come and remove when you giving them money every day.
You are eating within a diet.
Your health is involved.
Yeah.
If you don't tell them come and remove this diet, they will not know it's embarrassing you. You are the one paying them. You are the one that implore them. You are the one that's supposed to checkmate them. If you notice they are not doing what you implore them for, call them to book.
Okay, so if you are following us on Facebook Live, I encourage you to share the live video. I encourage you to drop your comments if you have any. It will be read out at the end of the program. And we talked about the Liberia Marketing Association not taking the diet from red light. The place is very dirty.
They collect money every day.
They collect 50 times. They market
big stores 100.
You know how much we're talking about around here?
That didn't. So that how much are the late taxes or PCC they paying to PCC for the people to operate within our businesses? Now what they're expecting PCC every month to the people are just being greedy. If you just work in line with PCC, that PCC say please let's take cooperation. This is what I collected maybe for this month. This is what I can afford. You contribute, just work together because the PCC even tax the mini shops and businesses for operating. You know they have a personal budget like for my shop to pay $55 a year, which is nothing compared to what they are taking. $100 per day.
Now how much? $100 per day. How many stores you go into?
That is not even 5% compared to PCC. What PCC collecting?
Okay, so you can call us on 0770-907-907. For our Orange subscribers, you call us on 0770-907-907. And for our Lone Star subscribers, you call us on 0880-907-907. Call us and be a part. I think our regular caller, they were the ones that phone in first because they have our number.
Okay.
That person left the line.
Okay, Samira?
Yeah?
I think we have someone. Let's take that call first. Then I think we can say I will say.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. You are live. Go ahead.
Is it for the Liberia?
Yeah,
Yes, this is
so
Voice of Liberia.
Okay, well, ma'am. Thanks for taking the issues. You see, we will get plenty PCC. Now the city major, what we say, need the law mayor. And now that Israel are going to pay for the debt to finish on the street. So one PCC, now other correct there, they might be praying for the debt to be collected.
but my brother, what about LMA now? Look at LMA.
Sister,
Yeah.
I want to do that. Just look to some street. They have to enforce that. Look there. That one place there is. Go down Lettering Street. Just you know water street.
Okay, so I think thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you for making your contribution.
Our focus point is red light. And secondly, if PCC has not been removing the dirt around, especially Central Moreover, you will not have the city as it is today.
Okay.
But let's look at the mean dirty place, red light.
Take Lone Star.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, I'm Nova calling from Tuesday.
Go ahead, Morva.
Okay, I have looked at it from a different stand.
Yeah, go ahead, Morva.
PCC is not monitoring the market here. That's the problem. Because if you give the people rights that they transport here, all the business to function, and they are not doing that job, who do you go? Who then? But they are not just doing that job too. So people will take advantage of them.
So you focusing on PCC, right? Because PCC is the one to regulate red light.
Sure.
NCC is the head for all of them. So I don't know why somebody attacking Law Major Jefferson coaches. Why PCC is there?
Yeah.
And we also have.
He just need to monitor these guys. So if he's not doing it, the blame also come on him.
Of course. So the head of the battalion take the weight, eh?
Okay.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, on the president,
Yeah, I know, right? But the father is that my brother still on the land small. What can you tell LMA for collecting that money they collecting every day? What do you want to tell them?
LMA should be found in the special way, and if they can carry on that job, you dismiss them.
Why about the union?
The union as well. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
If they cannot do it, you dismiss them until you get someone that will be serious to do the job.
Okay.
The government takes full responsibility to go and collect that own money.
And the government will keep spoiling, right? Okay, thank you very much. So somebody is recommending that if the government put their feet on the ground on LMA and they do not listen or work in accordance with the standard of the Liberal Marketing Association, they should be dissolved. That's his recommendation. And I think I concur with him.
Yes, let's take this one.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Prince Williams calling from Back Street, Johnsonville.
Okay.
As with the issue of reland, I think the representatives are talking about the House of Representatives got to invite those people.
The PCC and the association?
Yeah, I'm talking about the LMA.
Oh, LMA, okay.
Yeah, LMA got to be invited by the House of Representatives to tell the House what we need to do with the money collected from the people.
Okay.
That's your point.
That's your point.
Yeah, then I want to make a suggestion to you guys in the next program to discuss about education in Liberia.
Okay, so would you like to be our guest?
Yes, sure, I will.
Okay, drop your number, yeah? We'll just send a message.
Send your message to this
Yeah.
number.
There's the number I'm calling right now.
No, send us
Send us
message because there are tons of calls rolling in. Since you want to talk about education.
All right, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Okay, let's take the Lone Star.
My Lone Star people, yeah, good morning. Oh.
Yeah, good morning.
How you doing? How was your night?
I think
Go ahead. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
I'm William Wesley calling from Sonafan.
Go ahead. Make your points.
Yeah, my picture is showing today LME for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
LME, they are of very corrupt. I don't know if it is an institution or entity.
That's a union.
Union Marketing Association of the Q.
Yeah. Those guys collect money on a daily basis, as he said, $100, $50, and then collect money from other children around, and nothing to do with it at all. Nothing. And there's no law. Let me tell you, there's no way. They are just corrupting everything. If you want to work with LMA and you have a friend who is working with them, there's no application. You just go and then they just tell you, say, you go around and start doing it the safe way of collection. And then after that, they will just promote you.
Now where the cheating coming from? Now where the cheating coming from?
And divide it just among themselves.
And even if the person collect 1,000, they come, you say that 500 collect, what you will do to the person? Because there was no vetting process in
you know that ticket they give to them maybe from their office when they come around and give the duplicate and do their own selling.
They change it and can't bring something different to you.
They have to do their thing. Every day the market will complain. And easily who is to regulate everything. They say they don't do nothing at all. I think for every market where the market is situated on our city, that city should be able to regulate that market.
Okay. Let me read something about LMA quick before you take another call. Because they said the LMA is responsible for maintaining cleanness within the market area, has faced serious criticism for its failure to effectively manage waste disposal, as it is also alleged that the association has been misusing funds allocated for garbage collection and other maintenance activities. So this is it. LMA is actually responsible for keeping the market surrounding clean. Now PCC job there, they said that LMA is supposed to make sure that the market surrounding is clean. So that for I don't think they collecting that to pay somebody to pack. And can you imagine LMA, the people that can carry that in rather that's also so good.
Oh yeah. So
LMA, it was all these small garbage institution we get in the country that establish many businesses from Liberia. They get cars, they get a small keke leg that can take garbage. I think you have seen some. They can go to our community for garbage. You weren't able to take them and hire them to work with you. Tell them say every Saturday I will give you $50. Take it there, carry to the at due location to help cut down costs. But you want to give us so go, why will take it and go put it on our quota road? LMA, you need to be questioned seriously.
Okay, so that's our talking points for today. We have 3. We have the PYJ issue where he's saying that. Okay, let's take this caller first. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, you are live.
This is Kevin. My name is Kevin Gray. I call from Nashville Singer.
Go ahead.
While you're discussing concerning that issue of that, the LMA, they are the full responsible area of that debt, because that debt for one part that place, that whole thing just did from who in that place.
Oh wow.
The LMA was given on the application though. Just provide area for us to put a check. We will provide some calibrator to move that debt up in that LMA cannot couple to pay a proper kind of tax.
Wow.
So that issue is a long time issue. Since anything we need, my interview just have a meeting with Miracle at a time. And it
they must just transport to put it there. You will carry your transport in.
Of course.
Oh.
Just get us to locate the debt. Because that place don't have is our property. And that mirror all over down the point out. That place is for us.
Imagine.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Imagine.
My brother, what's your name again?
Yeah. My name is Kevin Gray.
Kevin, thank you very much. Yeah. Will please drop your number in your through our message system. I would like to talk to you off air.
Okay.
This is a serious one. LMA, you
it's so disgusting.
You too corrupt. Just show where to put it down.
Yes.
LMA
you will be able to remove it from
there. So you ain't want to buy a piece of land or just work with where they can carry it. Where they can carry it, they say to FDA there.
Yeah.
Work with the city corporation, show where we should dispose our day. That laziness killing our association.
Complete laziness. Good morning.
Your line is terrible. Please off your line.
Good morning.
Switch off the radio, please.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are live.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Jeremiah Whistle from Mount Barclay.
Go ahead, Jeremiah.
You know, I want to first commend the two of you for your talking points. I just wanted to tell you and to inform the Liberian people that in a not too beneficial to understand the man Musability. Musability in this country is not an opposition. Musability is a regime collaborator and an agent. One sole purpose is to destroy the very Alexander company that is here in Libya, and then to prevent the opposition from taking state power. Musability no honor a serious government. He will not be passing around while BB got talking about contesting.
But you were passing around doing every time, yeah. You were passing around, you were in power, Musa Belete were passing all around here.
Yeah, every time.
So, Eddie, I will not serious government too.
So this also he's working for Ellen to make sure that a potential opposition not take state power. So Musa Belete should not be perceived or should not be seen as an opposition. He's not an opposition. Musa Belete is a regime collaborator, the agent.
Okay.
So I'm not telling the opposition community and the person that will feel the weight of all Musa Belete doing to the Liberian people that Elizabeth coming. Today Musa Belete is saying that opposition honor my feet. Let them go wheresoever they want to go after the second round.
No, he said United Party. Oh, he said United Party. Maybe the mayor will come out and support Gonglo. You not know. So you give the mayor when they say United Party. I mean.
Oh, so probably it's United Party.
Yeah, United Party. Oh, thinking never.
Okay. I agree with you. You right, because Baga is still on prosecuting corrupt official and signing this worker economic crime. Something. So you're right. I see.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank
so,
you.
Samira, before we do the next one, I want to say something.
Okay.
Knowing fully well that Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai was a part of early-led government for 12 consecutive years. So if Musa Belete was lottery around, my brother, at that time I come you. I think he's still on the line, off the phone.
He's still on the line.
Okay, if Musa Belete was lottering around and you say any serious government come to power, Musa Belete will not be lottering. That means Joseph Boakai and Eddie coming on.
Okay, so we have another call here. Let's take this call. Good morning. Good morning, you are live.
Thank you.
Your line is terrible.
I was making my point and you intercepted me for that.
Okay, so go on.
So if he is saying that any serious government come to power, Musa Belete will not be lottering around. I just wanted to remind him that Joseph Boakai and that of Eli were president when he was lottering around. So in the same United Party coming today, he's saying they are the one they were not serious in the government, not serious for prosecuting Musa Belete. So what becomes of Ambassador Joseph Boakai if he's elected president of this country? Do you think he was step in and last when he was vice president during early time? These are things we look at too. All these politicians tell you they are just a decode. They are the same people in different bottles, you know.
Okay, so if you have been following, this is Voice of Liberia 104.1. Presently the program or today's paper with Samira Wala and Grace Williams Joshua. We had 3 talking points for today. You can phone in. If you are watching our live video, please share and drop your comment there. We will read it at the end of this program. So the number to call are 0770-907-907, 0880-907-907. Call us and make your contribution on this show. But Grace, since we are not seeing any calls yet, I can take the comments, right?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So this is Abigail Latifa. The both lines they are ringing together. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, please lower your radio.
You have to walk away from your monitor, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Solomon King from District Number 9.
Go ahead, Solomon.
Yeah, I listened to you spoke on Joseph Yuma Boakai when he was vice president during the alien administration. What he didn't contribute to the prosecution of Musa Belete.
Yeah, because there's the caller that make a point saying that all the government are jokes. So I'm just trying to point it back to what happened in the past. That's all.
You spoke on it. You said you were in power, right?
Yeah.
You were the vice president.
Yeah.
What he didn't contribute to it.
Yeah.
And question, I want you to know the function. I want you to know the function of the
vice president. Come and teach me.
My brother, the thing here is when you guys are putting in your course, you be able to know that we have a particular.
What I'm saying, hello.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, but Joseph Yuma Boakai, he is the rescue team.
Okay.
So
quiet to our talking point now. And in the rescue team, I understand what to our talking point. Let me the time. You feel Musa Belete go to the rescue.
Hello, let's get to the point now.
Yeah,
you are emphasizing what he did, and I'm saying that at that time he wasn't having the power. He was not the head of the state.
That why you bringing him to rescue us?
Okay.
So talk about the deck now. Like the deck, the me consent to
The
do.
thing is, Grace, you cannot force this man to talk about the tithe. Good
No,
morning.
Samira, you know why I keep questioning him? When you call on the show, please off that call, please. I beg you 1 minute.
Good morning.
Let's tell the public. Go to the point, the topic we're discussing. We want to lay that basic to make you understand that government is a continuity. If you're talking about persecution, it shouldn't just be from one angle. Everywhere there where she stopped, that where the president picking up from.
And the reason I cut off that call is because he's not going
Go
to
to
the
our
point.
talking point and
He's
forget
not
about what we
going there.
discussed earlier.
It was discussed on the phone. There's a caller that called and you're trying to make that caller understand. So that's not the discussion for the day. That's my point. It was the reason why I switched off the call. So you can call us on 0770-907-907. Let's take this call.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
How are you, ma?
All right. Your name and where you calling from, Papa? I think we lost that caller.
He's on the line.
Hello. We lost that
he
caller.
left. Let's take the Lone Star.
Good morning, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Casey Duro calling from China, Asia.
Go
Casey,
ahead.
you know our talking point for today, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go to the point.
On a point I have to do with the statement from Prince Johnson.
Yeah.
You know, if you understand the statement that Prince Johnson was making, it wasn't that he was saying or Jeremiah going to be on the president. No, what he was trying to see is on the support that the Nehemiah to other citizens within the country have shown towards Joseph Boakai.
It's true, Jeremiah Kun, right? That's what we said.
Yeah, true Jeremiah Kun.
Not just what we said. If you follow, if you
So
follow,
true, Jeremiah Kun, Joseph Boakai will become president. That's the statement, right?
And the reason he also made that statement was because of the statement I've been coming from the brother from the other side.
Which
who are
brother?
sitting on the sycamore tree.
well, man, Papa, be precise. We know about Sacramento Tree here. Call political party name. Please.
They've been saying that the Nima citizens will not support Joseph Boakai. In fact, they are not in support of him.
So that everybody from Nima will support Joseph Boakai. What you think?
No, it's not
okay.
for that. It is because of the support of Honorable Johnson, and he being the godfather of the country, and also Honorable Jeremiah, who has done pretty well.
Okay. You exhausted your time. Thank you, brother.
Not to country level.
Thank you. You exhausted your time.
Good
if you want to have
morning.
more time, come and pay for airtime. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm okay. Your name and where do you join us from?
Your background.
Thank you. I was on the law, but I stood off.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Shrek because my name is Shrek because I'm joining from a user residency district one.
Go ahead, Chef.
The only reason for which I brought that point is when I heard later today who were talking about that he's corrupt. We were working halfway on a mining government. And we claimed that the United Party government was so serious about fighting corruption. Let me say this to you, and I want you to understand this. It was not under this government that President was indicted for the rule for money, or you were sent to go for rule for money and for guilty. It was under the same United Party administration that President was
We're saying the same thing, my brother. We're saying the same thing. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
You got me?
Yes.
Just be brief because you have exhausted your time already.
All right. So it was under the United Party administration that President was sent to go for the rule for and was found guilty. He should have been that President not supposed to go to jail. But it is only because of the relationship between he and my and Sonny. So when you hear President saying that there's no document, you were not a book, and the document that was made United Party to come to power, it is because you fear that when President Boakai come to power, that is the Sonny accused.
Okay, so
Yes, after your time, thank you.
I don't know, you are not really.
He contradicting himself. You say, oh no, the United Party led government. Joseph Boakai, early he was indicted. He went to court and they couldn't prosecute him because of the relationship he had with them. Then you come out, you tell again, because Joseph Boakai coming, Joseph Boakai will bring him to justice. So
I'm trying to find a way to understand what he's saying,
So
but I'm
let's
not
take
really
another call.
getting it.
Good morning, your name and where you calling from?
Good morning, how are you, ma'am?
Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
Thank you. I was trying to call, even though I'm not well, I'm Aiba Kana calling for prostate.
Aiba, sorry, please get well.
Man, the cold is very hard time.
Yeah.
Cold.
Try and check to the hospital too. Go ahead.
No, I think that. Okay, let me just come to the topic this morning about Musa Berete, Mama. Is that? Let me talk about Musa Berete. Musa Berete, there are problems already solved in this country. The school that Musa Berete saw attend, if I tell you on the radio, you put your head on your ear here. Musa Berete, I just coming to you. Musa Berete, Edison, would not discuss the police country. We discuss our children's picture now. Musa Berete picture already balance. What is going to be in the country? Who that break a red is Musa Berete in the country? To put what? What the impact in our life? What is the impact in our life? No, we already made our man. Our black guy is our next president. And there's somebody coming in it. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, my sister. How you doing?
I'm okay.
This is Nagari. I'm calling for Central Time.
Please lower your radio, please.
Yes, I guess I'm getting a few.
Me?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. I really appreciate too for your brilliant discussion. Yes, LMA, they are one of the corrupt entities in Liberia, and they don't even charge by individual. They charge about table. You know, one person gets 2-3 tables in the market. So each one of the table they charge you $50. When you have a 4 table, maybe you get more pay $200. That's why the other way. And to see you're not able to pay no million anything to the charges to the marketplaces. I mean, it's so disappointing. And you people are discussing tariffs and everything issue this morning because the premium of the country is everybody's business because they're good for our health. So we cannot, rest with very ube, how do you call it, NCCA to say,
Okay.
we are doing this.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. You are live.
Yeah, this is Robert calling from.
Robert, who your phone name?
Yeah, thank you for your talking point this morning.
Robert, what is your last name?
My name is Robert P.
Okay, go ahead.
Calling from Yana Street. Thank you for your talking point. On the issue of Prince Johnson, working for Joseph Walker. For me, maybe the people of Limousin, they are the ones who decide who to be president in this country. Then, they just within that time. It seems Prince Johnson is going to towards them against whether to go over there as the Nicodemo to the president begging for campaign money. Then at the same time, creating a state to the strong.
Oh, you listen to that audio too, eh?
Huh?
I said you follow that audio too, eh?
Yeah, so these are the games they are in play. People shouldn't pay attention to the kind of people because they are not serious. And then somebody talk about Mutabele and because Paga is not in power, and also then the question is what happened when
Waka were in power now.
And when Ellen was in power.
Exactly.
President.
That's the question for the day.
So yeah. So what did you do at the time?
And the same question I'm asking the people that don't know.
So these people they know the truth, but they want to have Thank you for the talking point.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So that was our last caller for the day because we exhausted the time already, and I will turn over to you for your parting comments before we leave.
Okay, I want to take this time to say thumbs up to the Liberian government for the numbers of developments they are carrying across Liberia and making sure that everyone have access to electricity and road. That's a thumbs up to the Liberian government.
Okay.
So I also want to do this one for this management at Voice of Liberia. The management team is really doing well, and the CEO for giving us this opportunity to digest national issues on this radio. Today, we like to call it a day. I always say peace is the order of the day. Whether Ambassador Yuma Bakai, George, we as president, what is important to the Liberian people is our country, Mama Liberia. Yeah. So let us protect this country, keep it safe, and make sure that our children go to school in a safe and peaceful atmosphere. Okay. I've been Grace Williams Joshua. Have a nice day. Thank you.
And so this is how we come to an end of today's paper. And we featured 4 local dailies. The Front Page Africa newspaper, the Daily Observer newspaper, the Analyst newspaper, and the Inquirer newspaper. This program comes your way every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. As usual, we digest all of the information making news in the print media. It comes your way at 10:30 and runs up to 12 noon. And this is how we like to thank our producer, that's Patrick. Patrick have been here producing us. If you are following our live video, I would like to read out the comments quickly. Or that's Abigail Latifa. She said, "Good morning, Liberia." And George G. Saka Jr. He said, "I'm following live from the most talk about Honorable Johnson Sylvester Ellis Avenue in Grand Bassa County, Dole community." And Patrick Tisa, which is our producer for today, said, "Good morning, family. I'm following you from the premises of Voice of Liberia." Peter Gadu said, "Keep up the good work." And Augustine S. Bobo, that's Bobo. Augustine S. Bobo said, "Good morning. I'm watching live in Foya District, Lofa County." Albert P. Wynn said, "Good morning, Liberia." And lastly, Diamond Kono Flomo, he said, "I'm watching you guys from Parker Pins Junction around red light." And this is how we like to call it a day. Matter of fact, I'm the birthday lady, and of course, it's going to be a nice one. But yeah, we'll see you Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. My name is Samiria Wawunla. Thanks to our callers, thanks to our viewers, our listeners, those who make their comments. We'd like to say 10. And we'd like to see you Wednesday at 10:30 for another beautiful edition of today's paper. My name is Samiria Wawunla. This is how I like to call it a day. Bye-bye.